guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos today. So you may have noticed a few changes around here. So I thought I would use this opportunity to update you guys of the changes that are coming into this YouTube channel and what to expect moving forward. So for a while now, I've been questioning YouTube. Obviously, in the last year, I've just noticed that YouTube just hasn't been the same experience for me. And it's the same experience for users as well. I feel it's harder for videos to even reach people. And I've just been kind of questioning, I guess, and reevaluating my energy, where I want to put my work, where I want to put my energy into. And YouTube was always something I was like, something's just not quite right. And I tried to realign the thumbnails, just tweaking little things. And then it finally hit me on autumn equinox that I wanted to go back to one video a week here on YouTube, just so I could focus on more punchier, better content instead of just feeling the pressure to show up every week without fail with 2 polished videos and be inspired constantly with because obviously I have a podcast as well. I do weekly blog posts. It was just a pressure to perform, I guess, each week and have different content and really make each week's content exciting and good for you. So I really evaluated what was best for myself here, and what I've decided to do is go back to one video which will come out on every Friday at 6 p.m. and you've also seen the new intro video, so I wanted to really just mix things up, start afresh, clear new energy, and just update things, because I am such a creature of habit and I've had that intro for nearly 2 years now. So I know that's not a really long time, but for me, I'm no, come on, switch things up, queen, shake the energy up, and a new intro was what I wanted as well. And you'll also see I have a new Copper Moon shelf in the background. So this is from my favorite store, Copper Moon. I love Kate's work so much, so I just had to buy this when I saw it, because I was like, oh my god, that needs to be in my office. So I thought, heck, we'll update the YouTube background a little bit with a nice new crystal shelf, update the intro, and update the way that we're gonna do things around here. So what videos can you expect? Well, absolutely law of attraction, absolutely spirituality, absolutely motivation, business, and all the wonderful things that I cover at the moment. But I am moving Spiritual Book Club over to my blog and making it a quarterly feature. So I've already uploaded my autumn Spiritual Book Club with the books I plan to read over the autumn period, and I really felt it suits a written format better. So if you're looking for Spiritual Book Club from now on, I have done it for 2 years over here, so you've got a nice collection of 2 years worth of videos to watch. But moving forward, they will all be blog posts over on my website quarterly, and I'll obviously post it all on my socials, so keep an eye out for that, of course. And I just really am vibing this new format. It's brought me a lot more joy, and it's a lot less pressure for me to read books and perform every month. And also, after 4.5 years, I was quite shocked when I looked that up. 4.5 years, I'm going to be stopping my favorite videos as well. I love filming these, but I just feel to really tie in with my channel, I think on my social media and on my blog, I'm just going to tell you the products that I'm loving when I have them. I do love the favorites videos, but again, when I was reevaluating what I really wanted to take forward with me, favorites just didn't quite feel in alignment anymore. So we're saying goodbye to book club, but that's going to the blog. We're saying goodbye to favorites, but obviously that will still exist in me just recommending things, on my Instagram, on my Facebook, blog, etc. And I may even do a section on my website actually of items that I love or items that I'm currently liking. It's an idea. It may happen, it probably will happen, but I'm just thinking of ways that I can incorporate that for you guys still so you don't miss out. So anyway, enough of the babbling. I hope you enjoy this new format. So basically what you're gonna get is 4 more focused, punchier content each month on my YouTube, 1 video a week basically now at 6 p.m, where it will be law of attraction focused, spirituality, business, and motivation. So anyway, on to today's video. I want to discuss with you 5 things that do not work in the law of attraction. And the reason why I wanted to do this video is because there are so many videos out there, and I've done them myself, of 5 things that work, 5 things to do, and I'm actually, there's a lot of spiritual bullshit out there, and there's a lot of teachings which I learned myself. I've been doing this for over 4 years now, which I'm where the heck has 4 years gone, for one? And secondly, I'm actually, I wish I'd known that in the beginning. I wish I knew what I knew now, like way sooner, because then I could like literally be like way more further, I think, than I am now. So my first tip of what definitely does not work with the law of attraction and the universe is fake it till you make it. Now I hear this a lot of just fake it till you make it. Now there are probably different connotations of that term which may work, like acting as if. A lot of people will class fake it as you make it as acting as if. Now there's nothing wrong with acting as if. Acting as if is a big important part of the law of attraction, where we embody that energy, those good vibrations of the version of ourselves which is where we want to be or has the manifestation we want, and we pull that energy into the now and embody that. That's called acting as if, and that can also be that fake it till you make it vibe. So that I want to say is good. I want to say that's productive, that's good, that's positive, and that's definitely essential with the law of attraction. But what the version of fake it till you make it, which definitely doesn't work, is faking your vibes. So a lot of the time with the law of attraction, you'll see like teachers, authors, books, videos, whatever, podcasts say, you know, if you're feeling funky, just think positive thoughts. You must think positive thoughts. You can never think negative thoughts. If you do, terrible things will happen. This is the biggest bull I've heard within the law of attraction sphere, because when we ignore our stuff, when we don't address those emotions or address why maybe we're feeling a bit funky or a bit low, you're just suppressing it, and suppressing never ever works. Ever. So if you are, and Abraham Hicks emotional scale is perfect example to use here, like have a look into it if you're not aware of it currently. If you are like feeling at a 9, 10, feeling yeah great woo, and then you're going down to like a 3 or a 4 and you're like, oh, today I'm just not feeling it. Yes, you can say positive affirmations. Yes, there is a great way to pull yourself up that emotional scale. But equally, if you're sat there thinking, must not think negative thoughts, bad things will happen, like what energetically is that putting out? We are cyclic beings. We are designed to not be thriving all the time. You know, think about it, summer, winter, yin, yang, balance. Balance is everywhere in the universe. So it is perfectly okay to go into those times where maybe you don't feel so shiny and don't feel so bright. But equally, those are the times that teach us to be grateful and appreciate the times where we feel fantastic and sparkly. And normally those times are full of lessons that we need to get to that point where we feel good again. So if you are feeling a little bit unaligned, use that as feedback, use that as a way or a path back to that place, but equally don't fake it. The universe knows. The universe is not stupid, it reads your vibes. So you can't be there like, yes, I'm feeling so aligned, because the universe will know. The universe knows. So fake it till you make it. Definitely don't do that. Address what's really going on within yourself. Ask those inner questions. Do that inner reflection, because I promise you it will save so much time and get you back so much quicker to that natural place where you feel good and you naturally feel aligned and feel like, yeah, I've got this. I do believe in this. Yeah, this feels good. So number 2 kind of leads on from that point of don't dismiss triggers or wounds. Now, I recently saw one of my favorite spiritual authors say to thousands of people, just ignore it. And I was like, what? And they were like, just ignore it. If it's stressing you out, just ignore it. And I understand what they were trying to point, like I get the point they were trying to put across. Don't get me wrong, I understand it. But I was equally like, to an audience or, you know, to people who don't understand the actual meaning of just ignore it, they will literally just ignore it and suppress it and not deal with it. And that is definitely a big hell no with the universe. If you are suppressing, if you are ignoring things, if you're ignoring the niggling feelings, the wounds, the triggers that are coming up, the ego work that's coming up, that's not healing. That's not removing the blocks in the way to your manifestations coming to you. So in my opinion, like, when that person says ignore it, it's not ignore it. You know, if you're in debt, you don't ignore it, because it will get freaking worse. It will get so much worse. And that's not creating an abundant, happy environment for you to manifest the money you need. What it means is deal with the wound, deal with the trigger, and then turn your focus onto the positives, turn your focus onto the gratitude. So it's not ignoring the thought, it's not ignoring the trigger or the wound. What it is like shining the light on it and saying, right, what do I need to work on here? What can I positively work on here to feel at ease and to feel peace with that trigger, with that thought, with that fear, with that belief, so that I can positively turn my focus onto what's working well, positive things, happy things in my life to create more abundance in that situation. So definitely do not ignore anything, because it's all feedback. Fear-based thoughts, limiting beliefs, ego conversations, it's all feedback. Take it as feedback and work with it, because when you work with it, you can move through it and again bring those manifestations and abundant energy to you so much quicker. Sorry, just had to answer the door, though I love in the time that I've gone to answer the door, the lighting's got so much better. Anyway, moving on. So number 3 is trying to speed things up. It does not work. Speaking from experience, you know, I hear it all the time of, can we manifest things coming to us quicker? Now, I would say yes, I would say no. I definitely believe divine timing is the ultimate decider here. If something is not meant to come into your life until a certain point of your life, it won't. Simple. Can't change that, because that version of yourself, and you have to trust the divine plan here. It's all about trusting the universe and that divine plan of, if it's not coming yet, there's a real good reason for that. Maybe you're just not quite at that place. And I know from experience, when I've desperately wanted things or wanted things to happen like there and then, when I've looked back on reflection and had those things like maybe 6 months later or whatever, I've thought, actually, I'm in such a better place to receive this than where I was 6 months ago. So I can tell you in hindsight, there's protection for a reason. There's divine timing for a reason, and trust that. It's frustrating, I know, it's hard, I get it, but trust me, in the grand scheme of things, it will serve you so much better. So I believe there's windows of opportunity, yes. So say for instance, there was a window of opportunity for you to meet someone, or I don't know, like get a new career or something, and there was like a 6-month window of opportunity. Yeah, like if you could align yourself to the person you need to be at that point to bring that into your life and sustain it. Remember sustainability here as well. Like if you were to have that thing now, could you sustain it? Would it last? Would it be good? Or actually is giving it time to really grow and nourish and incubate it, and for you to become the person you need to be to receive it? Wouldn't that be better? I think we can all say hell yes to that. Keep that in mind when you're thinking of timings, frustrations, or you're feeling like, oh, I'm just waiting. Like, there is a reason for everything, and you definitely cannot rush things, because beautiful things shouldn't be rushed. If it's worth having, it's worth waiting for, period. Number 4 is to attach and become a crazy controller. Who can put their hands up and say they've done that? Yes. So, with the law of attraction, it's a little bit of a complex theory of you ask, you believe, you let go, you trust, and you receive. Those are my kind of 5 points I've always echoed throughout my teachings of the law of attraction. I believe there are 5 steps instead of 3. So it seems a bit backwards that we have to like believe we can have this thing and ask for this thing and then be like, oh yeah, I'm not attached and totally cool, totally cool. It is easy to become attached. We're filled with information, books and teachers who are saying things like visualize every day for 20 minutes, put your vision board up and stare at it constantly. And you just, I know myself, I started doing this and then I was like, where the hell is it? Why hasn't it turned up? Where are these things? And I became so controlling over these situations and how things should happen, because I was taught this way of like, you have to visualize it, it has to happen like that, or it's not your manifestation, and all this force and masculine and control. And whoa, it like never worked, never ever ever worked, because I attached to it. I wasn't releasing. I mean, if you can do all of that and genuinely release and surrender and be okay with both outcomes, do it, like absolutely do it. But I know myself, and I know a lot of people I've coached and the people I kind of interact with as well, my friends, like we're all the same. Like it just becomes a controlling exercise where you're not really flowing, you're not really surrendering, and you're not trusting. You're just becoming one heap of a controlling mess. So attaching to things, attaching to outcomes, hows, whens, ifs, whys, all of that, and forcing and controlling never ever work. So drop it, let it go, let it all go. And number 5 is you don't get what you want, you get what you need. interesting quote I've always heard, and I think it has like a double meaning of sense. And it's interesting because if you're like, Emma, well, if I don't get what I want and I get what I need, what's the point of the law of attraction? I thought this was like, we get what we want, we always get what we want. Now again, divine protection here. If we manifested everything we wanted, we'd look back and think like, why have I done that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, my first manifestation when I found the law of attraction was to get my ex back. If that had happened, it would have been the worst thing in the world. So the universe protected me and led me on a path to meet someone else completely new and different who was way more aligned to me. So just an example there, there's a lot of things, like even my book publisher example of, I thought I wanted one thing, but I actually got what I needed more than what I wanted. And I realized what I wanted wasn't what I needed at all, and the universe knew better. So there is always a divine plan, and trust if there's a rejection, a redirection, a no, it is simply a redirection to what is more aligned to you and what is going to serve you and bring you so much more joy. So trust in that divine plan, trust in that divine protection from the universe. And equally, what I would say, if you don't get what you want, you get what you need. I get so many messages, comments, emails from people saying like, I want to manifest myself being taller. I want to manifest my face changing. I want to manifest, you know, actual bodily features changing. Not necessarily just losing weight, but actual things like changing, like noses and face shapes and height and things like that. And I'm like, why would you want to manifest that? And this is another thing I see which I just do not agree with in the law of attraction sphere. We should not be promoting to manifest things like that, because let's be real, it's not achievable. And these videos get so many clicks and so many views, and I'm like, because you're preying on desperation. You're preying on desperation instead of building that person up and saying, and what I say to these people is, I'm like, okay, let's address that. It's not the fact that you want to be taller, you want a different nose, or you want your face to change. It's self-love. It's self-love and confidence here we need to address. So when you actually dig deeper into the reason behind that manifestation, it's got nothing to do with that. It's they're being bullied, they want to grow their self-confidence, their self-love, and you can build all of that without having to change who you are or your physical appearance. And it makes me sad because I'm like, we need to be creating a community of building self-love, self-acceptance of who we are, because we are all freaking beautiful. And it upsets me that that exists in this sphere. But you know, all I can do is share this love with you, share this self-love, and teach self-love as much as I can, and hope that that filters through. But you will always get what you need over what you want, and that is truth. But the universe protects us from things. The universe has our back. The universe knows what is for our highest good. So that's why it's really important with every manifestation to say this or something for my highest good. So I hope this video has helped you guys with 5 things that definitely do not work with the law of attraction in my experience. And I hope if you are doing any of those at the moment, this video has helped you to realign a little bit and reevaluate where you're going wrong, and hopefully bring abundance and lots of lovely manifestations to you really soon. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. I hope you're liking the new setup and the new themes, and I will continue to do them once a week. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below with your thoughts and what maybe hasn't worked for you as well, which could also help other people. And I will see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Don't forget you can join my free Law of Attraction support group, which is over on Facebook. You can find the link in the description box down below, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Lots of love, guys.